Aisha was a bright and curious girl. She loved to play outside, read books, and draw pictures of her favorite animals. But sometimes, Aisha felt feelings that were very big and hard to understand. She felt angry when her little brother took her toys. She felt sad when her friend didn't want to play. She felt scared when thunder roared outside. One morning, Aisha's teacher, Ms. Lena, brought something special to class. It was a big, colorful box. On the box, there were pictures of happy faces, sad faces, angry faces, and scared faces. "This," said Ms. Lena with a smile, "is our big feelings box. It will help us understand and manage our feelings." Aisha looked at the box with wide eyes. She wanted to know more. "How does it work?" she asked. Ms. Lena explained. "Whenever you feel a strong emotion, you can draw or write about it, or even put a small object in the box that shows your feeling. Then, you can talk about it with a friend or with me. This way, your feelings do not stay stuck inside. They have a safe place to go." Aisha was curious but also a little unsure. She had never shared her feelings like this before. Sometimes, she felt like no one understood her. She thought, will this really help me calm down when I am angry or sad? That afternoon, during playtime, Aisha's little brother grabbed the toy she was playing with. She felt her face get hot, and her hands shake. Usually, she would yell or push him. But today, she remembered the big feelings box. She ran to the box and found some colored paper and crayons. She drew a picture of herself looking very angry. Her pencil moved fast across the paper. She scribbled the lines, like the storm she felt inside. After a few minutes, she felt her heart beat slower. The anger was still there, but it felt smaller. She carefully folded the paper and put it in the box. Ms. Lena came over and knelt beside her. "I see you were very angry. It is okay to feel angry, Aisha. What you did was very brave." Aisha nodded. She felt a little proud. It was the first time she had tried to let her feeling out in a safe way. She learned that it was okay to have big feelings and that she didn't have to act on them in ways that could hurt others or herself. As the day ended, Aisha thought about the big feelings box. She realized that it was more than a box. It was a friend that listened. It was a helper for her emotions. And she felt excited to see what she could learn about herself in the days to come. That night, before going to bed, Aisha told her mom about the box. Her mom smiled and said, "I am so proud of you, Aisha. Understanding your feelings is one of the best things you can do for yourself." Aisha hugged her mom and thought, maybe big feelings aren't so scary after all. Maybe they are just messages that I need to listen to. The next morning, Aisha woke up feeling a little gloomy. She couldn't understand why. She wanted to play, but her heart felt heavy. At breakfast, she barely touched her toast. Her mom noticed and asked gently, "Aisha, are you feeling sad?" Aisha nodded. She didn't know why she felt this way. Sometimes, sadness came without a clear reason, and it made her feel confused. At school, Aisha remembered the big feelings box. She walked carefully to the colorful box in the corner of the classroom. The box seemed to sparkle in the sunlight, inviting her. She picked up a blank sheet of paper and a blue crayon. "I feel sad," she whispered. She drew a small figure, sitting under a gray cloud. The cloud had raindrops falling down. Aisha drew herself with tears in her eyes. She felt a little better as she drew. Her sadness was not disappearing, but it felt lighter now. Ms. Lena came by and smiled. "Aisha, thank you for sharing your feeling. It is brave to let your feelings out. Sometimes, our feelings talk to us, and we can listen to them through art, writing, or talking." Aisha thought about this. She realized that her sadness was a message, not a problem. It was telling her that she needed something, maybe comfort, maybe a hug, or maybe just a quiet moment. During story time, Aisha noticed her friend Sami sitting alone, looking down. Aisha remembered how drawing her sadness had made her feel better. She walked over to Sami and asked, "Do you want to draw how you feel?" Sami looked surprised but nodded. Together, they drew their feelings. Sami drew a giant gray cloud with lightning bolts, and Aisha drew a small rainbow next to him, showing hope. They laughed a little at their drawings, and Sami's face brightened. Afterward, Aisha put her paper in the big feelings box. She realized something important. When you share your feelings safely, it can also help others. She didn't feel so alone anymore. At lunch, Aisha talked to Ms. Lena about what she had learned. "I think sadness is okay," she said. "It's like a little message from inside. And I can listen to it with the big feelings box." Ms. Lena nodded. "Exactly, Aisha. Feelings are like clouds in the sky. Some clouds are dark, some are light. They all pass, and we can watch them safely without being afraid." Aisha smiled. She felt proud that she was learning to understand herself. She realized that feelings, even big feelings, could be handled. The big feelings box was teaching her that. That afternoon, on her way home, Aisha thought about the day. She thought about anger, sadness, and how the box was helping her. She thought about helping Sami too. She whispered to herself, "Tomorrow, I will try to see if I can learn about other feelings too. Maybe I can even help someone else with theirs." Aisha felt a little spark of excitement. Big feelings were not scary, they were a way to know herself and care for others. And with the big feelings box, she was ready for the adventure. The next day, the sky was dark, and clouds covered the sun. Aisha looked out the window and felt a shiver. Thunder rumbled softly in the distance. Suddenly, she realized she was afraid. Her heart beat fast, and her stomach felt tight. Aisha wanted to hide under her blanket, but then she remembered the big feelings box at school. "Maybe I can use it for fear too," she thought. At school, Ms. Lena noticed Aisha looking worried. "Are you feeling afraid, Aisha?" she asked gently. Aisha nodded. "I don't like the thunder. It makes me feel scared." "That's okay," said Ms. Lena. "Fear is a feeling that tells us to pay attention. It keeps us safe. The big feelings box can help you understand fear, just like anger and sadness." During quiet time, Aisha walked slowly to the big feelings box. She picked up a sheet of paper and a purple crayon. She drew herself standing in the rain with big thunderclouds above her. Next to the clouds, she drew a small umbrella. "This is my safe place," she whispered. As Aisha drew, she remembered something Ms. Lena had taught her. "When you feel afraid, take deep breaths and imagine a safe place," she had said. Aisha closed her eyes and breathed in slowly. 1, 2, 3. Then out. 1, 2, 3. She imagined herself under the umbrella, calm and protected. After a few minutes, her fear did not disappear completely, but it felt smaller. She smiled. She folded the paper and placed it carefully in the big feelings box. Later, during playtime, Aisha saw her friend Leela looking nervous. Leela was afraid of climbing the jungle gym. Aisha remembered her own fear and how drawing and imagining a safe place had helped her. "Do you want to try something?" Aisha asked. "You can draw your fear in the big feelings box. It might help you feel braver." Lila nodded shyly. Together, they drew pictures of the jungle gym, clouds, and even a small ladder showing how to climb safely. They giggled as they added details, and slowly, Lila felt less afraid. She held Aisha's hand and tried climbing one step. Aisha realized something wonderful. Fear could feel strong, but it could also be managed. By noticing it, naming it, and finding a safe way to respond, fear became easier to handle, and she could help others too. At the end of the day, Ms. Lena gathered the class. "Remember, children," she said, "all feelings are important. They tell us something about ourselves. Big feelings can teach us, guide us, and even help our friends." Aisha walked home thinking about the day. She thought about anger, sadness, and fear. Each feeling had its own message, and with the big feelings box, she could listen to them safely. That night, Aisha told her mom about her fear of thunder and how she had used the big feelings box. Her mom hugged her tightly. "I am proud of you, Aisha. You are learning to be brave in many ways." Aisha smiled. She realized that feelings, even scary ones, could be handled. She wasn't just a little girl with big feelings, she was learning to understand them, and that made her feel strong. The next morning, Aisha woke up with a big smile. The sun was shining, and birds were singing outside her window. Today, she felt something wonderful joy. Her heart felt light, and she wanted to dance, sing, and laugh. At breakfast, she told her mom, "I feel really happy today." Her mom smiled and said, "That's wonderful, Aisha. Joy is a feeling to celebrate." At school, Aisha couldn't wait to tell Ms. Lena about her happy feeling. "I feel so good today," she said, her eyes sparkling. Ms. Lena clapped her hands. "That's amazing, Aisha. Joy is a big feeling too. Even happy feelings need attention. You can use the big feelings box to notice them and remember what makes you feel this way." Aisha ran to the big feelings box. She picked up a bright yellow sheet of paper and her favorite crayons. She started drawing a picture of herself running in a field of flowers, with butterflies flying all around. Her pencil danced across the paper, just like her feet wanted to dance in the grass. As she drew, Aisha noticed something interesting. When she put her joy into the paper, she felt even happier. It was as if she was sharing her happiness with the big feelings box, and the box shared it back with her. During playtime, Aisha saw her friends playing tag. She felt the joy of running and laughing with them. But suddenly, she almost bumped into a tree and tripped. She felt a tiny bit of fear, but then she remembered what she had learned. She breathed in slowly and felt safe again. Her joy returned, bigger than before. Later, she noticed her friend Farah looking sad. Aisha remembered her own feelings of sadness and fear, and how the big feelings box had helped her. She ran over and said, "Do you want to draw your feelings with me?" Farah nodded, and together they drew pictures of happiness and sadness. Aisha showed her how the yellow sun in the corner could make even sad feelings feel lighter. Farah smiled for the first time that day. Aisha realized that sharing joy could make other people feel better too. At the end of the day, Ms. Lena gathered the class and said, "Feelings like joy, anger, sadness, and fear are all important. When we notice them, we can learn from them. When we share them safely, they can help ourselves and others." Aisha packed her things and thought about everything she had learned. She thought about her anger, sadness, fear, and now joy. Each feeling had its own voice. Some told her to slow down. Some told her to be brave. Some told her to celebrate. And all of them were important. That night, Aisha told her mom about her happy day and how she had drawn her joy in the big feelings box. Her mom hugged her tightly and said, "I am so proud of you, Aisha. You are learning to understand all your feelings, even the big ones." Aisha snuggled into bed, smiling. She realized that every feeling, even big feelings, had something to teach her. And with the big feelings box, she could learn, share, and grow. She whispered to herself, "Tomorrow, I will see what other feelings I can discover. Maybe there is even more to learn about me." The next morning, Aisha woke up feeling, well, a little bit of everything. She was excited for school, but also nervous because she had a new activity today. Her heart beat fast, her stomach felt tight, and her smile was ready too. She realized that sometimes feelings don't come alone, they can come together. At school, Ms. Lena greeted the class with a warm smile. "Today," she said, "we are going to think about all of our feelings together. Anger, sadness, fear, joy. They are all important. The big feelings box can help us understand them when they appear at the same time." Aisha's eyes lit up. She thought about all she had learned over the past days. How anger could be shared safely, how sadness could be understood, how fear could be managed, and how joy could be celebrated during free time. Aisha felt a little anger because someone took her art supplies. She also felt a bit of fear because she didn't want to ask for them back. But she also felt happy because she liked drawing, and a small sadness because she wanted everyone to get along. She walked slowly to the big feelings box. She picked a blank sheet of paper and crayons of many colors, carefully She drew herself surrounded by different shapes and colors. Red scribbles showed her anger. Blue drops showed her sadness. Purple clouds showed her fear. Yellow sunbeams showed her joy. As she drew, she noticed something amazing. All her feelings were part of one picture. They didn't fight each other. They existed together, and she could hold them safely in the drawing. She smiled. It was like her feelings were a rainbow, different colors, but all part of something beautiful. Ms. Lena knelt beside her. Aisha, you are learning something very important. Feelings are not good or bad. They are signals from your heart and mind. When we listen to them and respond safely, we understand ourselves better. And we can care for others too. Later, Aisha saw her friends feeling many different emotions. Some were happy, some were sad, some were nervous. Aisha remembered how she had used the big feelings box for each of her own feelings. She went to her friends and said, "We can draw or write our feelings in the big feelings box. It can help us all understand each other." Her friends smiled and joined her. Soon, the big feelings box was full of colorful papers, showing a rainbow of feelings. Aisha felt proud and calm. She realized that big feelings were not scary. They were guides, teachers that showed her how to be brave, kind, and understanding. At the end of the day, Aisha walked home with a happy, calm heart. She hugged her mom and said, "Mom, I learned something wonderful. All my feelings matter, even when they are big or confusing. And now, I can listen to them and share them safely." Her mom smiled and hugged her tightly. "Aisha, I am so proud of you. Understanding your feelings is a gift that will help you for your whole life." That night, Aisha placed her favorite drawing next to her bed. She whispered, "Thank you, big feelings box, for helping me understand myself. I am ready for all my feelings, no matter what comes next." Aisha closed her eyes, feeling calm, brave, and joyful. She knew that every feeling had a place, a message, and a purpose. And she was ready to face them all with courage and love.